Let's have a look at the front page of the Manchester Evening News online. Always interesting. Crime is almost at epidemic levels now in Greater Manchester. It's getting worse year by year if we base it on what the Manchester Evening News reports. Let's look at their top story released half an hour ago. They finally arrested a man in Harper Ray who's responsible for 2 sexual attacks on different men in a local park. That's how bad it's got. We've got male perverts now attacking men in parks. We know perverted men attack women, and that's wrong, and we should be stopping them. But criminals are so blazing now. They'll attack men in the street, in the park, and sexually abuse them. Unheard of a few years ago. Unheard of. Next story. City centre. In a nightclub in the city centre, some 19-year-old gets into an argument over a seat, pulls out a knife and slashes the other guy in the face. Manchester city centre, you can't even go out for a drink now in the city centre without the risk of violence and being slashed across your face over the seat. Why is that man not stopped in the street? Why have we got people carrying knives? Because you won't get caught and you won't get into trouble carrying a knife unless you pull it out. This idiot pulled that out and attacked somebody. But he'd been carrying that around for months and months and months, maybe years probably. What are we going to do about knife crime in Greater Manchester? We need stop and search. That's what we need. We need more police officers stopping people randomly and searching them in areas like the city centre, in the nighttime economy, in the neighbourhoods that are rife with knife crime. Let's ask the parents in those areas. Let's ask the community. And if they want more stop and search, they get it. That's what I'll be doing if I'm mayor. Next story. Prestwich in North Manchester. 4 o'clock in the morning, a man gets assaulted by 3 other men. 4 o'clock in the morning. You're safe no time now in Greater Manchester. 4 o'clock in the morning where you expect most people to be in bed. You get assaulted. Luckily the police caught these 3 guys. But that's not the point, is it? The police did a good job there. Thank you, police. The problem is, how are we not stopping this in the first place? Where's the prevention strategy? We don't have criminals afraid of the police anymore. They're not afraid of being caught. That's what we need to change. Next story, Swindon. This happened a year ago, but it's back in the paper now because the police now have closed the case. After 12 months of investigation, they've closed the case because they have no idea of what went on. In Swindon, at a former Manchester City football player's house. Shooting. Now, there's a chance there's drugs involved here. But after a year, police have got no idea who did it, why they did it, can't find anybody, have now closed the case. Shootings. So if you are an international footballer, a former Man City football player, and you can't get justice, what about me and you? We haven't got a chance in hell, have we? But honestly, if someone shoots up your house, you're involved in something. Another one from Salford, a couple of days ago. 43-year-old man stabbed to death. 43-year-old man stabbed to death in the middle of the day. Left dumped on a field. That's Greater Manchester for you. Almost every day, another shooting, another stabbing, another death, another murder. And what do the people of Greater Manchester do? There's nothing we can do, is there? But there is. On the 2nd of May next year, the mayoral election, you can vote for a new mayor. And you might be thinking, a new mayor? What's that going to do? Well, Andy Burnham, who's the current mayor, he's also the police crime commissioner. He's in charge of the police. He has full responsibility over the police. I'm not saying any of these crimes are his fault because they're not. The only people to blame for these crimes are the criminals. But he needs to be getting the police to do better. And he hasn't, has he, over the last 6-7 years? So it's time for a new sheriff in town. It's time we voted for someone who understands policing, who's worked in police stations, who's directed police officers, who's trained police officers, who's created award-winning projects that's reduced crime. That's who we need as mayor. I know such a man. You know such a man. So in May next year, vote for a new sheriff in town and let's clean up Greater Manchester. Let's create a police force, not this police service we have now. I want a police force that scares the living daylights out of criminals. That's what I want. If you like the sound of that, you vote for me. Vote for Nick Buckley. See you soon. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.